What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.
What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.
Put your phone down. All right, so go ahead, T.
What's up, huh?
Okay, so we are getting this together. He's still trying to figure things out. But we have been collabing together for what? Almost a year now, right?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah.
A year.
So now what we're doing is we're bringing the
Podcast.
The
what?
Our podcast name.
Oh, what y'all talking about podcast?
WYTAP.
Wytap.
So everybody is always talking about things and we're having conversations with people. But it's time to start broadening it out, making it more public.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way than social media?
Right.
And so what we want to talk about first, we want to kick off our first one together, collaboration, about men versus women's point of view on parenting. Come on now, everybody out here that we know have kids. So men have one way of thinking and women have another.
Definitely.
Mothers and fathers, total different thinking. So if you have any comments, definitely chime in. We definitely want to hear from you. But we're going to set it off. I have 3 boys.
I got 2 girls and a boy.
So you could already see the dynamics and our thinking is going to be totally different.
All right.
So, Mr. Hoof.
What's up? Happy Hood.
So you have 2 girls,
Mm-hmm.
1 boy.
1 boy.
3 boys, but 1 granddaughter. So, what age do you feel it's okay for all 3 of your kids to date?
I say never, but
Can't say never. They gotta date.
I ain't gonna be able to have grandkids if I say never. We were talking about it earlier. About 16 is cool with me, but anything under that, it won't even work for me.
See, I agree. 16.
Not at all.
But I do point out to my kids what not to bring home. That may be stereotyping, but I'm a mother, and you have every right to say what not to bring home.
Right.
Point blank, period. Don't bring home no rude girls.
Nope.
Disrespectful, not happening, because everybody that knows me knows she would be checked right there at the door. I'd be like, call her parents.
Game over.
Turn back around. She got to go. If you're not, hygiene. Lord, hygiene. Woo, if I can smell you a mile away before you even come to my doorstep, that's a problem. Come on, am I lying? It's bad enough hard for the boys to be taking a shower and staying on y'all. But yes, no, there's just certain things. But 16, my thing is focus on school. Girls and females and boys will be here after you get your education.
Right.
They come and go. But your
Right.
education, no, I'm serious on that. In my household, you don't play sports if you don't do right.
Right.
School work first.
Definitely.
Especially when hormones is going crazy. No. Flag on the play.
Especially girls and boys this time in age, like they do more things that we never thought about doing when we were younger.
Who? Boys or girls?
Both.
Yeah, this generation
I've
is
seen
wild.
boys and girls at a young age doing some wild stuff, and And I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, little girls, 14, on Facebook twerking, and I even seen
14, they younger than that.
I seen some little girl and some little 8-year-old, whatever she was, a video of her in church twerking, and the pastor and everybody was sitting there like, what's going on? What is this? And they not doing anything. No.
Mm-mm.
I think I'd have took my foot and just kicked him straight in the butt. Pow! Get this little girl out of here. Shut up!
You can't do that. That's mine. Shut up! You can't try to take that. You still got to make a beat with that.
Right.
But yeah, Anthony and I, we vibe. We have vibe from day one in the studio and everything. So if y'all see us clowning, that's just us on a daily basis.
Right.
But here's my take. Parenting. Why is it okay for boys to do something at a different age than a girl? Now, they could be the same age, but why is it different for the girl? From your point of view, as a father, than your son?
Actually, I don't treat any of them kind of differently, to be honest. But growing up, though, you see it, though, like, my friend's father was strict on his daughter. But his boy, he can have all types of girls, and he don't even care. Oh, that's my boy, man. What? She got a mama. What? You know, what is going on? But
this is real talk.
I can't have, I just don't want my daughters and my son to think about girls or a boy or something too early in life, and then not get, like you said, get their education, or I don't know. They need their education. That's all I know. They need their education.
That's true. But here's my thing. You know how I can honestly say, I'm going to talk about me as a girl. I'm the oldest out of my siblings. And my mother was more strict on me than my sister. Mm-hmm. And so when you're too strict on a child, they're going to rebel. That caused discord in the house. That caused more drama, the sneaking around. So, thank God I have boys. I do. And I say that because they're not worried about dating yet. Well, my oldest, he's 21. I have a granddaughter. She's 2. But beforehand, before 16, they wasn't worried about girls. They were worried about their gaming, the sports, hanging out with their friends. Right. But now, this generation, ooh, look at that girl, look at that, and what they wear in school and coming out the house with at a young age. But here's the thing. It's coming from the clothing stores. Right. I don't see a skirt for a 12-year-old down to their knees like it was when I was growing up.
Not anymore.
Let's be real. This generation and this society has condoned so much distortedness, so much, like shorts. Hello. My grandbaby ain't getting shorts. She's 2, and they have short dresses and everything. No. If I have to find someone to make my granddaughter dresses, I surely will pay that money. Because she's not a thought. She's not one of them go. No. But these stores have so much sell your body stuff. And that's where, if more parents stuck together and boycotted,
right? How
much you want to make a bet? Them stores wouldn't be selling half of the stuff that they're selling. Them cut up shorts and cut up shirts showing your stomach.
But the thing is with that, though, is basically social media. Social media sets a standard for what you should look like. And they see these girls wearing short dresses, a pound of makeup, got these weaves, they lace fronts all hanging all the way down to their butt. and they see that they get all these likes. Like you got like 5,000 likes or 5,000 or a million views or like a million subscribers to their thing, and they know that they're going to make money off of it. So they're sitting there looking like, oh, these girls can be like that. I can be like that too, and I'll get a lot of likes. And it's more. This society today is more attention seeking.
You are so right on.
That's
that.
exactly what it is. They're more attention seeking. They're seeking for attention.
And here's the thing. That's where I say the parenting part. Both parents have to be on the same accord. Mm-hmm. They can't let the kids play each parent against each other. Because that has happened in my home, Mr. Dalton.
Oh.
The boys know I'll go to Dad. But now Dad knows after some discording, because I said now, I already said no, but they didn't tell their father I said no. Mm. So now my husband says, nah, y'all not getting me in trouble. Did you ask your mother what she say? But the fact is, parents, a lot of parents, I was raised old school. In my house, it's yes, sir, no, sir. Excuse me when people are talking. If you're walking down the aisle and you're looking for something to get off the shelf, you say, excuse me.
Right.
Ooh, a lot of kids right now, they don't know manners.
I'm glad I taught my kids their manners.
And anything, Miss Nicole? Yes, baby. Miss Nicole, I'm not my mother-in-law. I'm not Mrs. Dalton. No, you can call me Miss Nicole. Mm-hmm. And I was raised, if you tell a child you could call me Miss Nicole, they don't have to call you by your last name, but you're still giving that respect.
Right.
Not Nicole. Oh, Dalton. Excuse me. Say what now? No, it's Miss Nicole or Miss Dalton. Now, if a child gets out of pocket, it's Miss Dalton.
Right.
If I'm gonna say this, hey, Brother Bryce, Minister Bryce, how you doing? But I say the foundation starts at home.
Definitely starts at home.
And if we're not teaching them, how you expect somebody else to want to teach them? You don't want the streets teaching your child something you should have done in-house.
I've seen it. I've seen that so many times with younger kids.
Yeah.
They let the streets raise their kids, and kids becoming something totally different than what the parents actually want the kids to be.
And then they look like, where did we go wrong? You went wrong for not building the foundation from home.
Totally.
So, my kids open up the doors. If elders are standing and there's no other seats, we get up. Mm-hmm. But do you know, in 1 week, I've seen grown folks seeing elders standing and not getting up out of their seat and not letting them sit.
Right.
I can't stand. That irks my nerve. That really does. I'll stand up and be like, I'm a female. I shouldn't have to get up if a man is sitting down. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, what Brother Bryce say?
I'm guilty of it.
What he say?
It begins at home because the streets are watching and waiting to raise them. That's the truth.
Exactly. And that's why I try to stay hands-on with my granddaughter. I stay hands-on with my sons. I'm like, no, we conversate. I pray over them at night. I pray over them in the morning. When they leave the house, they already know. Behave, because you represent me out in the streets, and I represent you. So if I'm not acting right, that doesn't look good on them. And if they're not acting right, you know. I'm like, teachers know I do pop-ups. Yeah. Elijah is 21 now. He tells his younger brothers, oh, yeah, Mom does pop-ups. And then Jalen had to find out last year because I like to do pop-ups, and I like to see if it's the teacher or if it's my child acting up. Right. Because here's the thing. When you know your child and a teacher will tell you about your child, you can say, yes, that's my child, or no, it's not my child. But here's the thing. Why do some parents don't say, oh, not my Jimmy, oh, not my Nicole? No, boo. Your child is bad. You know it. Stop trying to fake it. If a teacher says, well, they were doing this, I'll be like, yeah, that's Miles. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
What else?
Right.
Okay. I tell them, call me. I will leave work. My boss already knows. My attorney already knows. If I get a phone call from school, I'll be back, and I make up that time. I'm coming to the school to find out what's going on.
Yeah, that pop-up
I've
is
sat
mean.
in class before they got to the class. I would be in the back. Jalen didn't even know I was back there until the teacher. Yup.
Woo.
We need more parents. Don't you know the teacher said, I love you? We need more parents like you.
Right.
Point blank, period. Parents got to be hands-on in their children's lives. They can't be talking bad about one parent to the other child, about that parent.
Right.
No. Y'all may not get along. Okay. But don't show that in front of your child.
Right.
I grew up with my mother always bad-mouthing my father and my father bad-mouthing my mother. They're not together. They wasn't together. They broke up. Okay. Y'all had hard feelings towards each other. Don't bring it in front of the child.
Right.
Now you playing one child against the other parent, and that's not cool either.
Yeah,
and that caused a lot of mental issues.
It
That
does.
caused self-confidence. So now she's out there looking for someone to love her since she ain't getting from home because they're fighting and using her as a weapon instead of showing love and
Right,
support
right,
and saying,
right.
just because we're not together does not mean we won't stop loving you.
That's true.
But the foundation breaks. When the parents break up and they got animosity towards each other, come on, y'all. Leave the kids out of it.
Kids don't need to be in that
Kids
place.
was not asked to be brought here. So
Right.
y'all brought this child together. You evidently saw something in him and you evidently saw something in her.
Right.
So, hello. Just because it ended wrong doesn't mean your child should be in the middle of y'all drama.
Right.
Save your drama for your mama. That's what... That's y'all for real.
Oh.
That's old school, right?
That's very old school. Save the drama
but
for your
still,
mama.
save the drama for your mama.
Right.
Y'all have a kid together. It ain't changing.
No.
No. Y'all are life forever, ever.
Right.
Okay? Point blank, period.
Right.
Be on one accord teaching your children.
Right.
And I think our generation will be better. This new generation, oh, Jesus. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad my kids are not, caught up in, they love watching YouTube. What kid don't now? They love the Fortnite and all this other stuff. They like a lot of electronics and social media and stuff, but Fortnite. Sometimes you got to limit what your kid also sees. You know what I mean? They can see one of their kids, like a comedian said, I went to a friend house. I went to my friend's house and I seen him talking back to his mother. No, I'm not going to do this, Mom. I'm not going to do this. And the mom was like, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in timeout. And he looked at him like, you can do that? So he said he went home. He tried it with his mom.
And he woke up how long after?
He said she knocked him smooth out. He woke up school time or something. He said
and
the next day for
what
school.
Happened?
What happened? You gotta go to school.
You may have gone over somebody else's house disrespecting their parent,
Right.
but up in my house.
Right. So it's a new generation, and plus it's that number you can call now. And then you whoop your kid, it's that number.
Look.
My kids know that number, but I guarantee you they won't call it.
Look.
Their teachers taught them that, but they ain't gonna call it because they know when they're wrong and they know when we're disciplining them. You can't just beat your kid and then walk away from them. You have to let them know what not even beat them, just whoop them. You can't whoop them and just say, all right, sit in your room, and then you go about doing what you do. You got to whoop them and let them know the reason why you whooped them. Like, I still believe in a whooping. My mother whooped me, and
I got plenty of whoopings.
I stole something from the store. I remember the one time I stole something from the store. I lived in the projects, and right across the street from the projects, there was a grocery store called Super Duper. I'm in Super Duper. I'm in there. I'm digging at some food, eating it, and then hiding it, and then running off. And I go back, digging in there, eating it, hide it, come on. I'm like 11 years old, and a cop comes. Cop comes, and he catches me, grab my arm, runs me down the thing. Oh, the cops are here. Cops come. what he did was told the cops that he's stealing from here. They sent me to the house. And I told my mother, I told them, no, don't send me home because my mother's going to whoop me. They was like, good, you need a whooping. You know what I mean? And my mother found out that I stole. They told her. They was like, just take it easy on the boy. He didn't really do nothing bad. She's like, oh, no, I got him. And she had one of these. Yeah, she had one of those wooden brushes. I don't know if I got a brush in here. A wooden brush. A wooden brush. And it had me have my hands straight out where my knuckles are exposed. And she hit him. Bow! Why you moving your hand? Put them back up.
Ooh.
Bow! I never stole again. Well, not that she knew of when I was younger, but no, I'm just playing.
Soda.
Just playing. I never really, I never thought to do that anymore. That was a discipline move that she taught me.
Lesson learned.
She told my knuckles up.
But here's the thing. It's a lesson learned. The simple fact is, we have to be the prime example for our children. Our children are watching us. So if we're doing what we're doing that's not right, how you want to tell your kids, no, don't do this. Do as I say, but not as I do.
Right.
You can't do that.
Can't do that.
Like, Jalen, he corrects me sometimes like, Mom, that's not nice. I'm like, Jalen, but Mom, you say love. How you loving right now?
Right.
I'm like, I'm vexed right now. But what would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do?
He be killing me with it. And I'm like, you're right, Jalen. I'm sorry. But I do. I let people take me sometimes to that frustration spot. And I just, because I hold it in. I'm the type, like, you know what? I know how I can get. So I won't say nothing, but it's festering because I haven't voiced. But I know how I could come out and say something. Oh,
Right.
So I don't want them to see that, and I don't want them to see me frustrating.
Right.
Like, seriously, Jalen has seen somebody try to swing on me. Jalen has seen somebody come in my face and cuss me out. And he was like, how did you stand there so good? I said, nothing but God. Because let me tell you, the old me.
If it was Nikki.
If it was Nick, ooh, Nikki was a bad mama jamma. She's still in there. Don't get it twisted. But I know how to conduct myself. I'm a Southern Belle lady. Classy, not trashy.
Oh, shoot.
But, look, I say that from love. People in high school could tell you, but like, yup, I was short of you. Because they always wanted to give me the high locker. Why you want to give a short person a high locker? I'm just saying, but we go back. I know we did a side trip, but everybody that logged on, if you want to comment, we'll say it out. Seriously, we talking about men versus women, parental mindset, how we feel about our daughters dating, how our sons are dating, what age you think they should be dating. Me, I need to meet the parents.
Me too.
Point blank period. I need to see where they live at. I need them to see where I live at. I need them to meet me. Because the simple fact is, how are we going to keep track of our children and their whereabouts and the communication? Because remember, back in the day, my mother, she would meet them. But then me and my girlfriends was like, okay, I'm staying at your house. But then let's go out. Because if I was at my girlfriend's house and her mother let us go to a party,
right,
my mother already met her. Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But now, if my mother called her mother to see what the plan is for that night while I slept over. Oh, and let me tell you, my mother didn't let me sleep over everybody's house. My mother, and that's me with my kids. And some people catch feelings. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because I don't know what you do in your household. But I know what I conduct in mine. So, your house may be looking nice on the outside, but I don't know how y'all get down in the inside. So, look, with everything that's coming up now, sleepover parties, boiling hot water on kids, and them stupid dares, now I'm good.
Yeah,
so I don't catch a case, because you harm my child. Woo, that's the thing. Parents, am I lying?
That's why I don't let my daughter. My daughter has friends that, oh, we having a sleepover. We're having a sleepover. Can you bring? I don't know. I don't even want to. Even if I meet the parents, if I don't know them, I'm not letting my daughter or my son stay the night at somebody's house that I don't know.
I know.
I can meet you. They can be the best parents in the world in my eyes right then and there, but it's not going down. I'm not letting my daughter. I'm not letting my daughter or my daughters or my son stay the night at somebody's house I don't know.
For real. I'm like, if y'all want to go hang out at the bowling alley and games, I'll be right there. We can have a chaperone. I volunteer. I'll be the chaperone.
You could be a family member I just met. Just because you're family, they don't make you somebody I know.
Some of my kids don't even know half of my family. And I mean that.
My
I'm keeping
kids
it
are
real
too.
because there's certain family members, growing up as a child, you know things, you see things. I'm not subjecting my kids to that.
No.
You could call me snobbish. Oh, no, they call me bougie. Like Whitney from a different world. Yes, I can be bougie. I'll be bougie, boo-boo. I will be bougie.
You went back.
I sure did. I'm still bougie.
Oh,
no.
man.
If I have it, my kids will meet certain family members forever.
Right.
Forever, ever. Forever, ever, ever, ever.
Right.
Ever, ever.
There's a certain
It's
people
just
you know,
certain
yeah,
people
and there's certain
you
things
can't
they
have
do.
around your kids. They bring drama. They
Yeah.
bring the messiness. They bring demonic spirits. And I know what you do. I know how you operate. No, no, boo-boo.
Right.
Nah, I love you. Please understand, we love you.
But it ain't going down.
It ain't going down around my kids.
Right.
No, no,
Yeah.
Now, everybody that's watching, what's your take on it? Like, I see y'all.
Oh, they be popping up and bouncing on you. Got him. But
But seriously, it's now you hear just going to the bus stop, kids being kidnapped and the trafficking going on. It's this
sad
world
nowadays.
is sick. So yes, I thank God that the bus stop is right in front of my house.
Mine's too, right there, literally right in front.
Yep, right in front.
They can sit on the porch and see the bus
Yep,
coming and
right in
go
front.
right to the bus stop.
Yep. No, we don't even go to the bus stop. We walk right to the end of the driveway.
Yeah.
The end of the driveway. And I have police officers down the street.
Oh, yeah. So
I have
you got
police
it.
officers next door. I am good.
I got firemen, but,
Look.
all around.
Some
And they all peek out the window.
Protection.
They all peek out the window like, hey, what y'all doing?
Neighborhood watch. Look, you can say we nosy, but no. We making sure no riffraffs come in
Right.
our complex area. We making sure no riffraffs come in and disturb the peace that we have and the one accord all our neighbors are on. Our neighbors, we be like, did you hear that? Okay, what's going on? Anything? Do we need to bring the kids inside? What's going on? It's
Yeah.
always good having your connections with your neighbors.
Yeah.
And we tell each other, okay, such and such is out here driving. They say get the kids in the backyard or get the kids in the house. Like, summertime, wasn't it? A guy walking around Sweet Homes with a gun out
Yep.
in broad daylight by the school?
Yep.
They locked down the daycares in that facility.
Right.
My friend, who's my next door neighbor, well, I won't say that, but our friend, who's a police officer, called us and said, get the kids inside. Somebody's walking around. Tell everybody else. Sure enough, hey, Dave, lock the kids up in the house.
Wow.
Or when we had the bear roaming around right outside
The
of
bear.
Gettysville, right up the street. Oh, somebody said something.
Uh-oh. Good job, Mom.
Oh, hey, how are you?
What's
Mwah,
going on?
mwah, mwah. Well, if you like it, like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share,
Always,
like
yeah.
and share, like and share. Cause we trying to bring the real. Like these
You
are
gotta bring the real.
conversations that needs to be addressed. Like
Right.
seriously, why is everybody trying to be friends with their kids? If I wanted to be your friend, I would have brought. No, I'm your parent first.
Right.
Parent first. I got your back when nobody else will. Mommy and daddy got you.
Yep.
God got you. Simple fact is, I'm not your friend. I'm going to teach you. I'm instilling values to you. I'm responsibilities. How to be able to handle your money, finances, your hygiene.
Right.
I'm not trying to be your friend.
No.
I want to keep an open communication. Me and my mother didn't have a great communication. We did not have a great communication. Now, as a kid,
man, I believe it, man. You told me
my mother
before how it was.
strict. They called her the warden. Okay, everybody that knew me growing up, like,
warden.
oh nope, Nikki is not allowed to come outside after school. You can play in the backyard, and if anybody wanted to hang with you, you can play in the backyard.
No, man.
Okay, no. I was able to have some freedom when I visited my Aunt Mousie on the weekends. Parties, yes. Mama be working the weekends, you know. Go back home. There's the warden.
Here comes
I
the
love
warden.
my mom, but she was strict.
Yeah.
Yo.
See, the strict person in my home is my wife. I'm more of the jokester.
Passive.
I'm more the person that as soon as I come in the house, my kids like, Daddy, can I have it? Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, get it. And she's like, well, I just told him no. Well, I guess you guys can't have it. Sorry. Before I get a whooping, I don't know.
That's where they try
I don't want
to
a
play
whooping.
us against each other.
Right.
Seriously, yep. So, simple fact is, keep that open communication with your children. Don't let the streets get in their ear because they are here. They are ready to take your kids and say, here, let me show you what your parents didn't show you. Nah, not when you got that open communication.
Yeah, I know some
like my
people
kids
like
can
that.
talk to me about anything. I may not like hearing it, but I'll sit there.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, it be killing my ears sometimes about the hormone stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that's for your daddy. I don't know.
See, my oldest daughter, she's more to herself. She don't want to say anything. She won't tell you anything, even if it kills her. She ain't gonna tell you. My other two, they're so outgoing. They'll let you know what happened. They tell me, like, you know, hey Dad, you know, this happened in school today, and what should I do? I mean, my oldest do stuff like that, but she's more sheltered. She sheltered herself in the room, like, all right, whatever, it happened, whatever.
But you got to find a way to pull her out of that.
Oh no, I'm probably.
But she's coming out her shell now.
That's what I'm saying. She's changing.
When y'all came to the church, she was in a ball.
In the ball, she was.
Now
she was
she's
scared.
coming out. She's blossoming.
Slowly.
She's blossoming. What's going on? My son not telling me nothing.
See?
Well, what type of relationship you got, Kills?
They probably got.
I know you love your son, but here's the thing. This is what I tell my sons. And my husband tells them this too. I'm like, look, I want to make sure we always keep an open dialogue. And I tell them, they'll ask, Jalen, 13, he asks us questions. I don't lie to my kids. Elijah, 21, he asks us questions, and he was like, Mom, you have never lied to me. You always kept it 100. I didn't like hearing some of the things about what their body's going through and what do they do. And then I'm like, ooh, talk to your father. Talk to your father. Oh, what Kill say? He's so quiet and real good kid. No problems, but I think he's better with the head games. Oh, please, let me tell you, the head games. Yeah,
got him.
Oh, I know. But you know what, Kill?
Those kids are great at
I
that.
join in, yo, for real.
They're great at them head games.
I join in now. Jalen and Miles, they're like, Ma, come on, let's play a game. I don't know how to play this. I'm old school, so you're going to have to teach me. But I'll sit there and teach, and then while we're playing, that's when they start talking more about what's going on. Now, Miles, he be like, let me tell you first, Ma, before the teacher.
Uh-oh.
Out of 3 kids, Miles is the one, he's like me. Oh. And my husband was like, yep, that's all you. That's all you. He got a feisty temper. But that's good. Miles is all sports, all boy, everything. But he has a slight disability, and we don't claim that. But when he was little, he had to get ear tubes. And it's true. Play them games with them. They'll open up. Hit them with a conversation while you playing them games, Kills. I'm telling you.
But sometimes though, it's things that kids are scared to. Even if you're open with your kids, it's still, they feel weird saying certain things. Like, there were certain things I didn't want to say to my father, or certain things I didn't want to say to my mother because I was scared. You know what I mean? So sometimes they still got that. They still got that in their mind. Like, I don't know how to bring this to my mother, and then or my father, and they just won't bring it to them. You know?
Yeah, Kills. Thank you. But here's the thing. Jalen will bring something to my husband and won't tell me because he was like, I know Mom's gonna pop off. Because
that's how I am they are with me.
He was sort of bullied in 7th grade. And mess with my child? No. Touch not my anointings. Touch not my babies. I'm not them.
You pop up at the parents' house? You pop up at the parents' house ready to fight the parents.
Let me tell you, let me tell you what I did. Being a paralegal gives you many options in many ways. So I'm going to hit you with the political correct mother this time, okay? I say this time because when Elijah, So with Jalen, I did a legal letter to the school. We had a meeting with the principal. We had a meeting with the vice principal. It still continued. So what I did next was I threatened them. I said, okay, we're in Amherst, Williamsville district. We're one of the top 10, top 20, top on the major list of schools you want your children to go to. I said, when I get finished with you, you won't be on the top 20. You won't be on the top 30. I said, first and foremost, I've seen and heard, and I've spoken to other parents that have had issues with these same children. You've had meetings with it, and it stopped. You talk to the kids, it stopped. Evidently, you have not had a conversation with these kids about my child. You have not had a conversation and threatened them with the parents. You did no sorts of things. So I have everything documented. On such and such day, I sent you an email. On such and such day, we had a meeting. On such and such day, I was like, do you get where I'm going? Documents proving my case. So when I take you to court and the parents to court, and that bully law was passed too, play with me if you want, boo-boo. When I get done, you will see my attorney. You will see the Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, every news crew out here. Because when I get done with you, you may not even have a job when I'm done. So I advise you to get it together before I create a lawsuit and win. Don't you know, within 10 minutes after that email, yes, I sent a threatening email. And I was like, this is CC. I made sure they saw it. I didn't hide it with a BC. I showed it with a CC. My attorney, yes, I have attorney on deck. Play with me if you want to. Not this parents. I'm not the one.
Right.
So I don't catch a case and whoop somebody's kids. I did it the legal way. And I said, and tell them I will press charges against the parents because this is the children that they're conducting and sending to school acting like little heathens. I said heathens too. Don't you know? By the end of the day, the superintendent, the principal was calling, and the counselor. Okay? Code red. Yes, they learned that day.
Right.
They learned that day.
Right.
And Jalen has never had a problem since.
That's cool, though.
But due to the simple fact is, Jalen tried to handle himself, and we teach him now. We was like, handle it yourself, and if it's too much for you, then let mom and dad know to take over. Jalen came home one day and was like, Ma, I can't take it no more. Handle it. And I handle it the right way. But, there's been times. But this is what adults know. The bus driver picked up Elijah in front of our house. We have an agreement with the bus company because our street is very busy.
Right.
Well, this afternoon bus driver said, as long as there's a sidewalk and a fire hydrant, I don't have to drop them off in front of the house. My husband said, do you know who you're talking to? So there goes Elijah running off the bus into the house. Was like, Mom is about to flip out, Dad. Go get her.
I remember we had a bus that did that for us though. They would stop in front of the house and go off, but at one point they would drive past the house all the way up the corner and drop him off at the corner, and then they have to walk all the way back to the house that you passed. And I'm like, what's going on with that? But we got that switched a long time after that.
Oh, she told me. I said, what's your name? Oh, I'm Buzz 57. I said, oh, we gonna play this game.
Oh.
I said, oh, we gonna play this game? Okay, Buzz 57. I'm about to call Jill down at the bus company. Her face got like, yeah, I know Jill. I'm gonna call Jill because this ain't the first rodeo, boo-boo.
Oh,
I'm gonna call Jill. And by the time I'm done talking to her, you will be dropping my son off and I'll be waiting and waving to you, Bus 57, off my porch. Because by law, you are responsible for my child until he makes it to the doorstep. So if something happened to my child because you wanted to drop him off at the fire hydrant and void our contract that our school has with you, okay, Bus 57, by the time I'm done with you, you won't have a job, you won't have a pension because I will own that. I was like, and then I would sue the school because they hired your idiotic self. Play with me if you want to, Bus 57. So, the next day, what happened? Well, the next day, what was Buzz 57 doing? Dropping Elijah off right in front of my house. And I was like, hi, Buzz 57, how are you?
Oh,
you have a great day. She was heated. I was laughing. And my husband was like, you know you ain't right. Now, this, remind you, was way before I got back in the church, y'all. Way before I got back in the church. Yeah, okay. I had to make that clarification.
Yeah, gotta clear it. I
gotta clear that up. Like, yo, I stood in the middle of the street and stopped her because she wanted to do it until I had to call Jill.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah. Look, I try to be too. All the other bus drivers is good. Miss Buzz 57 thought she was something else. Well, Buzz 57 learned that day. The other ones, they got gift cards. I give them gift cards for Christmas. I give them a card. I thank them because they're taking care of our children and getting them safely to school and home.
Right.
But if you're going to disobey the contract that we have and not drop my kids off in front of the doorstep, I don't care whose you are.
Right.
Those kids belong to me, and those are my babies.
Right.
You gonna do what that contract says and get my children safely home. Bus 57.
Well, we know.
She learned that day.
We know the aggressive one in one's home, and it's not hubby.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Oh, he can get hot. He can get hot. My husband is very passive. I love him to death. You and him, that's why y'all get along so well. But don't do something to me or his babies.
It's a whole nother ball game.
You see a whole different Shamar. He'll be like, it's Mr. Dalton to you. I'm like, ooh. I don't have to handle this because my husband's out now.
He got it.
And they be like, your wife, what your wife do? I said, it was Mr. Dalton on this one.
It was him.
Like, what?
And then they jump out like, wait a minute, that was him? No.
Deacon Dalton has a bad side when y'all mess with his family. Don't get it twisted.
That's another ball game.
If he thinks somebody's trying to harm or hurt his what?
Yeah.
When I say
that's how I am. I'm passive on certain things, but once it really get intense, it's a whole nother ball game.
Okay.
It's a whole nother ball game.
Let me tell you, my husband is no joke when he get mad. I'm like, ooh, go. I was like, ooh, go cool down. Go.
Yeah, go chill
but
out.
I know how to hit those buttons real quick. You know, being together for so long and married so long, you know. So I'm like, I know my battles to fight with him, and then I know when he tell me sit my butt down, I'm like, ooh, okay.
Oh man.
Okay, baby. Okay.
But yeah, everybody has their own methods though of parenting, and some people were whooped, some people were scolded, Some people were put in the corner.
Nah.
Some people was put on timeout. I mean, that's how some people are raised.
Timeout. That.
You get a whooping, then a timeout.
And you get your room stripped of everything.
Yeah.
No phone. Well, now back in the day, we didn't have phones. We had beepers when I was 17.
I had a beeper. Oh.
I had beepers. My mother do 911. You know you better call
You
back.
in trouble, or you in trouble.
Yeah.
I always had a beeper.
See, I had a beeper because she got tired of everybody calling. I called the house one time. She was like, Nikki's hotline. How can I help you?
Nikki's hotline.
I was like, Ma, it's me. She was like, the phone has been blown up. Senior year, you're popping. You're doing things. Come on now.
Right.
She was like, that's when she told me to get a beeper. She was like, no. Tell him to beep you. When you're about to leave, tell all your friends to beep you because you're not here.
That bill used to be cheap. It was like, what, like $10, $15?
Remember the beepers? Oh, and the flip phones.
I had a clear beeper. It was red and it was clear. You could see all the stuff
I had
inside.
teal. I loved how.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Way back. The kids now don't even know what a payphone is.
I brought a beeper home from work the other day. My kid's like, "What is that?" And my son thought it was a game, and he was pushing buttons. Is this a game? What are you? Is this a game? No, it's not a game. Give me that. He thought it was a game, and he's pushing buttons. What type of game is this?
Beepers? Everybody that's watching us live, anyone had a beeper? I know we ain't the only ones that had beepers.
I had a beeper.
Look,
then I had
a flip phone.
The flip phone. I had a flip Sprint phone.
Has come along.
Remember Cricket came and they had those big Nokia phones?
See, I didn't do Cricket. I was either Sprint or AT&T.
I had Sprint, but Sprint was messing me up. And
Sprint, if you don't pay that full dollar down to the nickel,
that's what I'm saying. They
gonna
gonna get you
off. Sprint, I heard they still do that.
I had Sprint, and then because I was in high school, I was working at McDonald's, so I thought I was doing my thing. I had my little Sprint phone, little flip joint, and
trying to be cute.
They messed me up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to the Cricket." And it was cheaper too. And then they got the little snake game that was on the Nokia phone. And you play the little snake game, just be going around eating stuff until he run into himself. You ever play that? No. I guess something that was like one of the first little phone games, man. I guess I'm the only one.
Centipede? No,
it was
snake game.
I think it was a centipede. No, it was Snake.
No.
It was called Snake. No.
No.
Yeah, you was strictly Sprint, so I had the Cricket
Nokia.
Anyway.
Yeah, we went way back. But like we said, hands on. Look, where I grew up, everybody knew my mama, knew my father. Like, neighborhood knew each other. Born and raised in Huntington. So if I got reprimanded by somebody that knew my mama on the street, best believe by the time I made it home, my mama knew because they was on the phone with my mama. I got scolded on the street. Then I caught it at home. That was the double whammy. But it takes a village, and that's a village. So I thank my village.
Right.
Because I got a village with my kids too. The church is the village. They'll reprimand my kids and tell them, now you know your mother will... Now y'all better go sit down before I tell your mother, because you already know your mother gonna get y'all.
Right.
Point blank, period. You need that village. So if you don't have that village and your children don't have that village, there's no foundation. You got to build your foundation from home, ground level up. Teachers should not have to deal with disrespectful kids. Teachers should not have to deal with just everything. But we also need some good teachers that love kids. If you don't love kids, don't be a teacher.
That shouldn't even
Point
be
blank, period. Don't be around my kids and you hate kids. Point blank. You can't be a teacher and not like kids.
That shouldn't even be in your mind frame.
Exactly. Like your profession. If you're a nurse and you don't like being a nurse and you don't like patients, why is you a nurse?
Why are you a nurse? Exactly.
Look, I have refused services. I swear to God, I refuse service. I be like,
Right.
Come on. For real, though. If
true.
you don't like your job, get out of it. Don't make everybody else around you miserable at your job.
Right.
You don't like it? fix it, change it. Come on, boo-boo. Nobody forcing you to be there. You the one that chose that profession. I'm just saying.
That's true.
Because let me tell you, I had, my stubborn self thought I could drive myself to the hospital when I felt it was my appendix erupting. My appendix was killing me. But see, my mother's a registered nurse for over 30-something years. So she taught us how to know our body, know if something's wrong or something's off. So I was not paying $150 for an ambulance bill with great insurance and all. Yes, ambulance bills are high. That's our next podcast, talking about medical. I swear, they're highway robbery. So I drove to the hospital. Yeah, stupid me. But I get there. You sure you're not pregnant? You sure you're not having a miscarriage?
Why you always ask?
I was like, why you always think somebody pregnant every time they come up in here? No, I'm not pregnant.
Every time.
I know what I am, and it ain't that. So then I get, I think I posted on Facebook, because anytime you enter a hospital, emergency room, if it's a gunshot wound, or if it's something deadly like your appendix or a stab wound, you are supposed to be seen right away. Point blank, period. That is one of their laws there. Because your appendix erupt, that's toxic. That's going to spread all through your body. And by the time they get it, you can die from it.
Right.
So they're supposed to get you in right away. Well, they told me to have a seat in the waiting area. That was at 4 o'clock. And Miles was 8 months old. Elijah was home with Jalen and Miles, waiting for Shamark to come home because I drove myself. We only had one vehicle because the other vehicle was in the shop. So Deacon Lester, Michael Lester, drove all the way from downtown Buffalo and came out to us to bring my husband to the hospital.
Wow.
So while I'm waiting for my husband, I'm the only one that can talk for myself because I'm in pain and nobody else is there.
Wow.
This nurse comes and says, how can I help you? I'm going to give you a sample to go pee in a cup so we could take your urine. And I said, it's not that. Draw my blood, check my levels, and you'll see they're high. That means it's my appendix, like I've been telling y'all an hour ago. She didn't want to listen. I said, you're not listening to me. This is the problem. When a person knows their body, they think they know more than you. No.
Right.
You need to listen to me. Listen to the patient. Listen to me. I had to really flip out and ask for the head charge nurse. You ask for the head charge nurse, they know you either in medical or you know somebody that's medical.
Right.
Pay attention, y'all. I'm schooling y'all right now. I'm giving y'all some tidbits. Make sure you learn from it. Once I said that sent off like, ooh, we could have a lawsuit here. She finally did what I told him. Came back and she was like, ooh, dear, you were so right. I said, first off, I'm not your dear. I'm older than you. Second of all, now that you know I'm right, I refuse your service. Give me someone who is going to listen. You can refuse a nurse or doctor's service and ask for somebody else. When they're not listening to you, you can refuse it and ask for someone else. So then I got a nurse that understood everything and was like, okay, I understand you had a hard time. I'm sorry. I'm here to help you. I said, thank you. I told her from 4 o'clock. He said, yep, they have it down here. You said your appendix. He was like, well, now we're going to go ahead. We got the doctor. They're about to do surgery. That's when Pastor called. And I was like, hold on, speaker. Y'all ain't rolling me yet. Pastor prayed. I was like, see, when you have the shepherd of the house that you can call on when people ain't listening in the midst of a storm, come on now. Y'all getting prayed over before y'all touch me, okay? Now, this time I was back in the church, okay? So, but it's the simple fact is, you got to know yourself. You got to make people hear you. If they're not hearing you, you do it accordingly. Okay, I need your supervisor. The head charge nurse is the supervisor over anybody in that area. So the simple fact is, they're not listening to you and you at the ER, ask for a head charge nurse. I bet you that'll get them on their toes real quick. Right. But you want to do it properly. So once they caught it just in time, they said your appendix was about to erupt. I said, see, now what if I was still in the waiting room? I said I would have sued you and would have won because I documented it on social media at 4 o'clock. Boop, boop.
Right.
So remember, always document everything.
Right.
Make it known. Document.
Yep, no matter where it's at.
Exactly. So, that's our podcast for today. I hope y'all loved it. If you did, like and share. We'll be doing this once a week. And if you have any topics you want us to address and talk about, inbox to us.
Definitely.
Inbox to us. Comment on here. We surely will, because we have a whole list of what we're going to be cracking down on. The next podcast coming up, more back to back. We're going to be talking more about life insurance, Medicaid, when your family members get at a certain age, what to do, how to cover and protect their assets. We're going to talk about...
I'll be learning a lot on that one because I don't know a lot of that stuff.
We're talking about everything. We're talking about police brutality, the judicial system. Number 45. Is that him? Is he 45?
I think
he ain't my president. Yeah. He number 45 to us in our house. Anywho.
Make America great again.
He made it worse again. Anywho. But we have a lot of different podcasts.
Podcasts and topics and stuff that we need to.
We're going to be talking about marriages.
Yeah.
Dating.
Yeah.
Okay. Who you date. Who you bring around your kids. Everything. So we have many different topics we're going to address. And we're writing it out, making it plain and clear. We keeping it real.
Right.
WYTAP. What y'all talking about podcast. Have a blessed night. We love y'all. And we'll see y'all again next week.
All right.
Every Friday.
Yes.
All right. Every Friday. We also going to talk about the hair. We going to talk about everything.
Yeah, the
men
waves,
stuff.
how them hair be dipping.
My girl Shamia did my hair still landing strong. All that. When I say we talking about it, we talking about everything. The nitty gritty. What we talk about at home behind closed doors that we do need to address. Yes. We talking it. We bringing it to the forefront. We bringing it live and direct.
Definitely.
Live and direct. and this is us on an everyday basis.
All
we
day,
bug out
day.
today.
Yep.
We bug out. Our families bug out. We bug out. Our kids play with each other. They rock and roll. We family.
Right.
So, have a blessed night. Merry Christmas.
Definitely.
All right.
I hope y'all don't do no last minute shopping and
no, Amazon Prime.
That's the best way to go. 2 days.
Yep. And everything was hitting my doorstep.
All right.